My name is Shun Li, and for the last 10 years, I've been known in China as the Doll Man. Not because I collect hundreds of them, though I do, but because of one in particular. Her name is Kimy Kimy. She was carved during the Feudal Era from lacquered wood with porcelain-painted features. Her jet black hair was real, harvested from the corpse of a girl who, according to the legend, was executed for practicing forbidden rituals. When I first purchased her at an estate auction, I thought she was merely a collector's prize, a forgotten trinket worth documenting in one of my indie films. But Kimy Kimy had a presence, the kind you don't shake off when the lights go out. It started small, doors in my studio apartment opening when no one touched them, faint knocking when I was editing footage. My friends joked that Kimy Kimy wanted to be the star of my work, and maybe that's why I did it. I made her the centerpiece of 3 films, each about cursed objects, each one featuring Kimy Kimy in a starring role. Audiences loved her. The way her head seemed to tilt on its own during shots, the way her glass eyes reflected just enough light to seem alive. Festivals across China began inviting me and Kimy Kimy. Soon, Europe followed. We became a touring sensation. Me, my crew, and this doll that everyone whispered about. But whispers turned into rumors. People said Kimy Kimy wasn't just a prop. They said she was bound to me. 2 months ago, my mother passed away. No illness, no accident. She was found sitting upright in her chair, her face frozen in silent terror. On the floor beside her was a strand of long black hair, not hers. I don't have siblings. My father is long gone. The neighbors said they saw shadows moving in her windows at night, long after she had gone to bed. After her funeral, my uncle pulled me aside. Open quote. "Shun," he said, trembling. "That doll you parade across the world, it carries the soul of a condemned. It will not stop until it has taken everything you love." Close quote. I laughed, but my laughter was hollow, because deep down I already knew. We were scheduled for a European tour immediately after the funeral, but the trip was different. My crew complained of insomnia. One by one, they quit. The last, my cameraman, left after waking in the hotel to find Kimy Kimy sitting in the hallway outside his door, though I had locked her in her trunk hours earlier. I tried to convince myself I was in control. Every time the whispers came at night, in Mandarin, in voices I didn't recognize, I told myself it was just exhaustion. Every time her eyes shifted slightly from where I left her, I told myself it was poor memory. But then I began to dream of her, night after night. She was always standing in the corner, her porcelain lips twitching as though trying to speak. And in the last dream, she did. Open quote, "Mother is mine now." Close quote. I woke up screaming. By the time I returned to Jhang Pok, the rumors had become headlines. Newspapers speculated Kimy killed my mother. Online forums debated whether the doll's presence in my films was authentic possession or clever editing. Some even demanded I burn her, destroy her, end her curse. But I couldn't. You don't understand. Kimy Kimy wasn't just an object anymore. She was part of me. Still, I didn't want her near me. That was when the Bangkok Museum of the Occult offered to purchase her for permanent display. They promised reinforced glass, protective wards, and endless research. They wanted to make her a centerpiece in their Haunted Icons of the World wing. I didn't hesitate. I signed the papers, packed Kimy Kimy one final time, and flew with her to Bangkok. The handoff was simple. The curators wheeled her away, locked behind display glass, with placards written in 3 languages. I left the museum with a strange hollowness in my chest, like I had just given away a piece of my soul. That night, I stayed in a nearby hotel. For the first time in years, I thought I'd sleep peacefully. I didn't. At 3:11 a.m., the knocking began, slow, deliberate, from inside the wardrobe. My heart stopped. I told myself I was imagining it, that Kimy Kimy was half a mile away behind thick museum glass. But when I opened the wardrobe, there she was. Not in her glass case, not in Bangkok's museum. She was in my hotel room, her head tilted, her lips curling. Not into a smile, but into something far worse. She whispered one word, a word in my mother's voice. Open quote, "Until." Close quote. The lights flickered. My reflection in the mirror vanished, and I realized something that froze me to my bones. I hadn't given Kimy Kimy to the museum. I had only given them her shell. The true Kimy Kimy, the demon bound within, was never leaving me. The museum still displays her today, encased in glass. Tourists gawk, take pictures, laugh nervously. They say she sometimes shifts her head when no one's looking. They don't know what I know, because she's with me as I write this. I hear her footsteps behind me, light but steady, moving closer. And the worst part? I can feel her breath on my neck.